wild things imaginable known to man. And you would think, like, if he was, like, in real life stuff, he'd be, like, the way he'd be, what's what I'm looking for? Instigating. Yeah. You would imagine he's, like, you know, like, in a basement kind of just huddled over a computer with his, like, rubbing his hands before he presses send on each tweet.
Are you
That's
dead?
Yeah, you
that
kicked
sucks.
there. You kicked. But, like, Fabs is just one of the nicest people I've ever talked to.
I've heard he's a really chill person.
He's a really chill person. I played HCR with him for quite a bit at Collision.
Yeah. I've only interacted with him online, but, like, you know, one-on-one, seems like a solid dude. That's the thing. Twitter brings out the worst in people. Never completely judge people on how they interact on Twitter.
No, unironically. Like, that's just a simple, like, life thing. There's been times where I've absolutely despised people I've met on Twitter. Yet it's like now these are people I would, oh, you're fine. Yeah, you died instead of, or you died like hardened instead of letting yourself drift out. But yeah, and now there's some of these people I would, you know, I'd die for. Like,
yeah. That's what communities do. But let's talk about two people who are famously not on Twitter. Good for them.
Good
honestly.
for them. Well, okay, I wouldn't say famously not on Twitter. So I see Sig more than I honestly. For the amount Sig is just existing in real life, I see him existing in real life. He's on Twitter quite a bit.
Oh, okay. I actually didn't know that.
Well, I mean, it's not like he didn't do anything bad on it. I just be seeing a lot of replies and retweets from him.
Yeah,
cool guy. But Pink, you're right. For like as much social media presence as Pink seems to have, you know, with the podcast, the streams, you don't really be on Twitter.
Love that for him, honestly. But right now in losers finals, Sig, Pink Fresh, and so far, I mean, Pink had an early lead off of a pretty catastrophic SD from Sig, but Sig is bringing it back, but he still has to get through, you know, Pink Fresh. All these arms, all the advantage, and especially when he keeps on swinging like this, Pink just loves people who swing like that.
I will say, for as strong as Megawatt is in sounds and feels, it does not do that much damage. I think he tried to do like an action immediately. Not immediately, but I think he tried to do an action which led to like whatever he did. It was a bad action that put his hitbox into the blast zone.
Yeah. I think he might have upbeat. That would have made sense just to stall out a little bit. He does like to do that in the blast zone sometimes. That's actually pretty huge, but good job from Sig holding out those barrels long enough. Not grabbing that banana, but now manages to get the hold of it. Good spot dodge, covers the air dodge, and had time to switch and get the KO right there. Pink Fresh maximizing on all the time that was given to him, taking that game number one, easy peasy. Man, I wish ARMS was a better game.
Do you?
Because, I mean, the aesthetic is cool. The music, everything I've heard from it is fun. I love the idea. And to be completely honest, I never played it. But, like...
There's a reason why you've never played it.
Because, actually, it's not because it doesn't look fun. It's because Nintendo never puts their game on sales. I've never seen ARMS below $50. I'm not paying $50 for a game that I don't know if I will like or not.
I mean, I feel like that's boring. You just...
I'd pay $30 for ARMS.
Where you risk your life and go to Facebook Marketplace for it, you know? It's like, sure, you risk your life, but also you just got it for like $25, so...
I check Facebook Marketplace all the time. No one's selling ARMS. The people who bought
That's true. No one's playing
love
it.
That. The people who bought it are ride or die for ARMS. It's so weird.
Shout out to Coney.
Yeah. Shout out to Cole Weather.
Coney,
yeah.
Coney lost the other sleeve, so he just has one ARMS sleeve.
Oh, no.
What will he ever do? How will he express his love for ARMS without it?
Tragic. But hey, Pink Fresh still playing ARMS in spirit, and from what I hear, functionally in Smash Brothers. I hear it's actually pretty similar to how Min Min plays.
I don't believe. I mean, to be fair, ARMS also just seems like a game that could have a lot of creativity. Like from what I've seen of it, it's like every character has like multiple arms and different like, properties. So that's, you know, pretty neat idea for a game. However, I think I could really do without a game where the main goal is to keep the opponent away from you. And this is coming from someone who plays like rings.
I feel like it's just one of those weird games that would have been made in GameCube era that we were lucky to get in Switch era, but just didn't catch on the way it needed to. Like Custom Robo is a perfect example of another one of those games where it's Fire came out in that like time frame where games were just allowed to be weird, quirky little things.
Dude, you know what? I saw a tweet the other day. Oh, that was a good bear.
Nice.
Talking about how the Switch like low-key killed the quirky area of handheld gaming.
Yeah. I saw that tweet the other day too. Games were weird as hell back in the Game Boy Advance DS era. You could not make Bow Tie back or in this day and age. You could not make Hotel Dusk in this day and age. You just get weird stuff. I miss that.
You're not able to make like. Remember the old Mario DS, the Mario Kart?
Yeah.
I think it was New Super Mario Bros. For the DS. They'd have like mini games too, also like those party mini game things.
Yeah, it was Super Mario Bros. 64 DS.
I'm pretty sure both of them had it as well. Like they both had like those had that. The point is that you wouldn't be able to. You're not able to do that. Like in the. Oh, actually, it could have been there, but going to go out. And
still keeps
it's actually important because that
was dope.
I think Pink's hesitancy to pull the trigger on up earlier led to that because he kind of got stuck in a position where he chose wrong every time, and it just didn't help from the way Mimi's recovery works.
Yeah. Unfortunate, but Pink Fresh still not down and out of it just yet. Wait, someone said, wait, that's an actual game, LMAO, what? Yeah. Like, all the games I was talking about earlier, they're all real. Please check them out because it's so many quirky, weird games back in that era. But let's talk about this quirky, weird game that we know and love and we're here for, Super Smash Bros. So we got ourselves Final Stock game number 2.
Yeah, 70% on Pink, which basically equates to about 30% on Diddy.
Oh, they're talking about LSC Dream Emulator. Yeah, that's a real game, too.
That's an actual game?
Yeah.
Amazing. Shout out to whatever company is making that getting weird back in the day.
Yeah, love to see it.
But like, it's also very funny because every now and then you just find like, a top property, a new game, and then like Bakugan. Shout out to Bakugan. I loved like the original like DS game that they had for that. Oh, I played the shit out of that one. That's dead.
Yeah. Dead. Yeah.
But then like I swear every like 6 months there'd be a new edition of it. Like not that game, but like they made a new one every 6 months, and like
yeah, sometimes
at least they're experimenting with it, But this day you're not able to consistently put out like this. It's also due to better graphics, all that stuff, better, just higher quality of
longer to turn around games. Yeah,
you're just not able to do that as much, which there are some positives, higher quality of games, but it also means you have less experimentation, so you don't get like the diamond in the rough.
Yeah. I mean, most AAA games these days will take maybe, how long?
Years.
Like 6, 7 years. Pretty much the entire console lifespan. Like, Naughty Dog maybe puts out 2 games a generation now. Rockstar maybe, let's be real, they remake GTA.
Well, no, but GTA is going to be, GTA 5 has been around for 3 generations.
Yeah.
Like, that is insane. I remember, I haven't played for club soccer in... Oh my god! At this point, maybe like 7, 8 years. I remember being at club soccer practice, talking about GTA's 5 release, which is insane.
Yeah, it's wild. What's especially wild also is we're talking about niche games, and I saw an article the other day. 80-ish% of games are just lost to time. Like, you cannot find them because our hardware is obsolete or people just aren't archiving them.
Remember, guys, make sure to emulate games if you can save them. Because remember, it's important to keep track of your games and to do it yourself.
I was about to say the same thing. Gamers gonna hate me, but like sometimes you should pirate things just to.
Well, I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna go. We can legally emulate games, but if you want to go the pirate route, sure.
If you can't buy them anywhere.
Yeah, but I was like, are we trying to play the? What is Pink laughing at? Pink is just losing his mind in the player cam. He's getting hit by a banana. Someone had to have said something, right?
Maybe. But I can talk about game archiving all day, but let's dial it back a bit. We still got competition with Smash Bros. Twitch is cool with it, but YouTube's gonna be mad at us.
When was the last time we had like a really real Diddy Kong game? Probably like Tropical Freeze, right? Or Diddy in a Donkey Kong game.
Oh man. It might have been Tropical Freeze.
That was a while ago.
Because they remade it like twice.
Remake, yeah.
Because they put it on, it was on the Wii, and they put it on the 3DS.
It was on the Wii U?
I'm pretty sure.
Like, I remember it being on the Wii U, and I thought I thought the Switch was the original remake.
No, you're right. Yeah, it was on the Wii U. And Wii U and 3DS. 3DS version was actually fire, by the way.
3DS was also just amazing. Like, it's... Looking back at it, it was so dumb. The 3DS as a thing was kind of dumb, because no one used the 3D thing often.
I stand by 3DS was actually the best handheld console of all time.
Oh yeah, no, because the ability to play the DS games is huge. You know, I'm not a big fan of charging people for like the Game Boy games, you know, and all that stuff. But the fact that they did, you know, put it on the eShop to let you play it, all the things, you know, money spending aside, pretty neat. And then its ability to play the DS and 3DS games. So
nice. You shouldn't be dead there, though. Yeah.
So do you know how easy? Oh, that's dead.
You're super dead there.
Do you know how easy it is to hack a 3DS? Apparently not that easy anymore.
Yeah, I heard they just patched out one of the exploits. I've been meaning to do that with one of my old 3DSs. But I also need to do that with my Vita. Someone mentioned the Vita in the chat didn't get the games it deserves. I hear the Vita is a really good console if you jailbreak it.
Yeah.
But when it comes to just the base library, and it's hard to emulate DS and 3DS games on not its natural hardware. Like, to get the best experience, you kind of need to play it on 3DS and 3DS. It's just a unique experience.
Shout out to computers though. Just shout out to computers in general.
Yeah, computers are dope.
Like, think about it. Like, you know, your computer that's been sitting in your basement since like 1999 is probably like 30 times more powerful than what they had to run the moon missions.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's
your phone is thousands of times so powerful. Yeah. What a time to be alive. I love video games, man. But now, for real, we've been off a tangent this whole set. YouTube's going to be so mad at us. Switch is cool.
Actually, dude, this is going to be the next week episode when Sequel Joe decides to come back for his monthly appearance.
I hope so. It's been a minute since I've seen
It's been a minute.
Yeah, he just had a kid, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe, if you're watching, I hope you and your family doing all right. Christina, too.
Shout out to all of them.
Yeah.
But we're seeing a lot of trouble from Sig getting around the stronger hits of the arms, just mostly due to Diddy's poor movement speed, like in the air, at least. And that's because you're just not getting to movement on the ground. That's just realistically not happening. So you have to rely heavily on monkey flip or that banana. And if you can't get those to land, then you're kind of just screwed. And most of the time you will lose those trades, as we see right there.
Yeah, I mention this every week, but Min Nair is such a saving grace in her kit. The fact that it is a move that's not only strong and relatively fast, and also punishes you for trying to approach in a way that gives you awful DI is such a huge thing for her. Yeah, and Pink Fresh on set point right here. And looking like he has the read on Sig. That grab was a very confident one, a huge call out.
And Pink has learned since that first. There was a talk like a bit ago about not like pulling your reads too early in a set.
Yeah.
And I think the usage of the uppy kill on Pink early on in the set could have potentially been the downfall, because since then we haven't seen Pink put himself in that position, and Sig has tried to force it a few times and it's just not working.
Absolutely. There's a moment in every player's career, I actually remember when it happened to me, where they have that light bulb moment where it's like, I could get the read and get the kill now, or if I'm solid enough fundamentally as a player, I can hold that read until it win me the set. And those are the things that make or break a lot of mid-level players. It's where I feel like I got really good at the game.
Joke's on you. My move's so stupid, I'll use it whenever I want and it will just work.
Sometimes, yeah. And that's what we call privilege, kids.
I mean, okay, I'm not going to let's not act like Weeford has that privilege. I'm not just be doing this thing sometimes. You've seen me play, you've seen you long play. They just be doing it sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely isn't like, it's not privileged if it whiffs, but if it hits, people explode.
It's literally the third strongest up smash behind crit. Oh my god, that is. Yeah, it's the third strongest. That was also just I didn't even know what percent he was at, but up throw killing is so funny because she kind of just kicks you, punches you to the sky.
Yeah.
You're pretty much pretty much just a football at that point.
Yeah, I was in Power Dragon. Wow, with that Herbox shift, actually making that whiff.
Wait.
Timed it a little bit too early. But even still, this is Pink's game to lose right now. He can completely walk it. What? Good job not air dodging. Yeah. Look at these grabs. When he gets those grabs, he's walking it in. Yeah, some fish is walking up with the envelope right now.
No, if Sig was raw, he would simply unplug Pink's controller right now. But
bro, he's hitting every grab.
I mean, Pink's gotten to that point where he just knows.
Sometimes you do just be knowing.
Like,
Okay.
if Pink's going for grabs, he's feeling himself that day. Not even like, that doesn't have to be a set thing. He's just feeling himself that day.
Yeah.
But, although right now, he's probably feeling himself a little bit too much. We talked about that, the priority on Minmin's arms. It's not a lot.
Yeah, they get kind of funky. And Pink let up off the gas for 1 second and just won the game off of it. Never mind.
He put his foot off the gas for 1 second and slammed it back down.
Yeah. That face that he made when he won, he was like, oh, well, all right, I'll take it.
It's a very Pink face to make. I don't know how to describe it other than that.
Yep. One of the cornerstones of the community. But we got ourselves our grand finals locked and loaded. No one would have been surprised by this, just taking a cursory look at the bracket. It's going to be Pink Fresh and Enhanced PV. As we were saying before, two of the best in MD, one of the best Clouds and one of the best Minmins to be rocking it in the world. Like, these guys are very good at Super Smash Brothers.
They do know how to think while pressing buttons, I can tell you that.
Yeah. And also, more importantly, when not to think, which is much harder to do.
That's like, unironically, that's like, I've talked about it. Steve sometimes just doesn't work for me because I think too hard while playing it, when sometimes you just got to turn your brain off and start mashing up tilt.
Yeah. Yep. I've been playing a lot of Street Fighter recently. That's been like my main game. And one of my friends I practice with, he hits a wall really hard. Very strong player, but he thinks too much on a character that doesn't require it.
What character?
Kimberly.
Okay.
Yeah. So there are a lot of times where it's like, okay, I'm thinking like, okay, he can do this left-right mix, or like he can meaty like command jump at me and like make me hold all this mix, and he just kind of just throws a can and crouch blocks. I'm like, you could have just mashed. You could just sometimes just unga bunga. And it's a skill that actually takes a lot of effort, honestly.
I've been watching a lot of Street Fighter recently. Not like enough that I can understand it, but like enough that it's like, wow, this game is colorful. And sometimes it looks like just pressing the Hunga Bunga option just works.
Yeah.